You know, I want to take a quickie off the script here a little bit and talk about my authority or lack thereof. I kind of caught a little flack for saying on my first video about pitching that I don't know anything about pitching. And the comeback to me was that, well, why are you making a video about pitching? If I can clarify, I think there are guys who are professional coaches who don't know anything about pitching. What they know is what they think they know is what they were taught when they were kids at a D1 college or when they played a little professional ball before they blew their arm out. My kid has had coaches like that. Your kid has had coaches like that, I'll bet. And my question has always been, well, are you teaching my kid what you learned that caused your arm to blow out? Is this your expertise that you learned something that led to a short end to your brilliant career? Just because someone is, and let's face it, these guys are at the time when in their glory days they were doing what they did because, as I've been saying on this side all over the place, they're big and tall. Basically, most of them had a great physique, in this case specifically for pitching. They didn't necessarily know what they were doing when they were doing it. I mean, and that probably contributed if they did come to an early end to whatever their arm problem was. But they people don't understand pitching. I think the way that some of us feel that we understand hitting. I can break hitting down. I can make theories, and then I can test my hypothesis, and I can see the results, and I can read other testimonies, and I can look at slow video and everything. And I'm pretty sure that I figured out a lot of important stuff about how guys hit in the dead ball era, how some of them did anyway. And if I'm wrong, well, hey, I'm still finding out things that work pretty well. They on my test range out here, they work pretty well. I'm very reluctant to aggressively say, well, and you can trust me about pitching too. I've figured all this out. I'm a scientist. I form hypotheses and I make experiments. Well, if something goes wrong, if I don't really know what I think I know, then a kid could get hurt very badly and end up under the surgeon's knife. Pitching, most guys don't end up wrecking their shoulder or breaking an arm or something by swinging a bat. And all too many kids at earlier and earlier ages are having Tommy John surgery or whatever. I don't want to be a guy who contributes to that. And so, yeah, I'm not bashful about, I'm not going to pretend that I'm an expert on pitching. I'm not. I am a theorist. I'm presenting some ideas about pitching that I think might help guys with my build who are sort of short and squat, broad-shouldered, short stature. I mean, we don't get any attention from the pitching coach. I'm generalizing, but it's a pretty safe generalization in my experience. How many of you know a pitching coach who's like 5'8" or 5'7"? If you do, I bet he's a pretty good coach because he's probably acquired his position through really knowing his stuff and not through just having a resume where he pitched at D1 college and played in single A. I know what it's like to be 5'9", and there are not many pitching coaches that know that. They don't know what it's like to be in my body. So if you're a shorter guy and you're looking at any of these videos, then I'm one of you. I know what it's like to be you. You kind of know what it's like to be me. We have a bond there. I'm not going to say I'm a pitching Einstein. I'm not going to lie to you or make things up. I'm being honest. I've come up with some things. I've experimented. I'm still experimenting. I want to share them with you. Try them if you want. I'm just tossing stuff out to be helpful, to make suggestions, because I want guys in our situation to kind of, I think we're getting a raw deal, and I want us to catch some breaks. I'm sorry if that sounds like I'm not putting on the hard sell with enough aggression, but I'm hoping that people who are still watching these videos will kind of understand what I'm trying to do. This is obviously not a real polished professional operation. I don't have an advertising budget or video budget of $10,000. This is a shoestring operation. This is a bedroom right here. I'm making all of this stuff in my own 1,800 square foot house. I'm doing it because I love the game of baseball and I love working with kids and teaching people, and we're trying to figure some stuff out. Okay? Can you understand that? It's my best effort at explaining.